In a strong, footsie-based game like Granblue Fantasy Versus, I feel like it's a necessity for me to talk about empty cancelling or buffering special moves. The reason why I feel like this is a very important topic, and it's something I'll try be as brief as possible, is because of the fact that, like I said in the previous video, dash blocking doesn't exist in this game. There's a little bit of recovery before you can block. As you can see if you look at Beelzebub, the dash initiates, it stops, and then the block comes out just a little bit later. So people trying to rush in, people trying to get into their best range for their biggest buttons, usually crouch heavies, standing heavies, and standing mediums, most often than not can be stopped before they can even get into that range. It is very important to do so because this is a game based on knockdowns, safe jumps, and strong set play. Well, depending on the character, right? So in this particular situation, I've chosen Percival as the opponent because Percival is this long, normal, tall, broad character who's really good at hitting you at range. And I'm going to use him to explain the fact that what empty cancelling moves is and the best way to implement it. So the first step before we go far is you need to identify your best buttons, and by best buttons I mean the buttons that you can throw out in neutral and they are fast, safe, and preferably special cancelable into something that's plus or safe. So in the case of Beelzebub, my two favorite buttons as of right now, I cannot talk about the future, is the standing medium, the far standing medium, and the crouch far medium. The reason why I like these two buttons is because they cover great range at a long distance and they're special cancelable. But there is more to it than that, if I were to say so myself. Beelzebub has a move called Chaos Caliber. That's this move right here. This is the EX. Now, the light version of Chaos Caliber, as you can see, has ridiculous range. And the beautiful thing about Chaos Caliber is that the hitbox is recessed. It's really hard to whiff punish this, and it's really hard to punish on block, if at all possible, at the ranges that I'm doing it at. So, couple that with two great moves. Like I said, in this game dash blocking doesn't exist, but dash button and dash action, should I say, exist. You can dash and cancel your recovery into any movement or attack based option. The game will allow that, but you're not allowed to dash block. So in this case, you have these two fast buttons that you can play in the neutral, dashing and moving in, poking, in ranges where most characters might not even be able to hit you with their medium or light buttons. And this is a strong thing to have in neutral. Now, what I mean by empty cancelling, you can have a situation whereby at this range, my medium is not connecting. So, in the event that the medium does not connect, if I were to buffer a special move, nothing will come out. So I'll do medium into light Chaos Caliber. As you can see, the Chaos Caliber move does not come out at all. It will only come out on hit or on block. So the safest way to ensure that this move always comes out on hit, well, not necessarily 100% safe, is by doing it just close to the opponent in this case, or getting it at max distance. So like I said, only on hit will the Chaos Caliber connect. But then on whiff, it won't. Now, someone might say, what's the point of that? As you can see, the second hit at max distance, the special move at max distance doesn't connect reliably. Well, the beautiful thing is this. I've recorded Percival to do his standing heavy, which is a long range attack. Attacks have two properties that you have to be aware of. That's their startup and their recovery. The startup of an attack is a portion in which the move is becoming active but isn't active, and therefore can be counter hit or interrupted or blocked. and the recovery of a move is the real back that happens after the move hits, whiffs or blocks. So in this case, Percival will do jump into his heavy. Now, in a situation whereby, like I said, this move, Chaos Caliber, will not come out on whiff. So now that I know Percival will do this long range button, I can stuff him before it can even happen, if I know he's going to do it. Takes a bit of timing. There we go. And the beautiful thing is, it will always be on counter hit because I know I'm interrupting the attack if I can be in the right range. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Except here I feel like I'm so far out. There were certain situations whereby it wasn't even coming out. And then even on recovery, like I said, moves have to reel back to neutral. That's the only time I'll do heavy and press block. As you can see, the block only comes out at the end of the entire animation. So if a person whiffs, empty cancelling is also a good thing to have. As you can see, the hurt box is still active even though I'm out of his range, therefore still getting in damage. This may be a problem with Percival per se because his hurt box is so huge, but still it's something that you can abuse if you can get the range right. Let's see one more time. So now, why would then, someone might ask, why would I want to learn this? Why would I ever want to do this? Like I said, in this game, dash blocking is not a thing. Dash into action is a thing. So let's put you in the hands of the attacker. If I want to go in, but go in safely, like I said, I can't dash block. What can I then do? I've got the safe special move. If I'm just outside of my attack range, I could try steal a turn, dash in slightly and attack. Dash in slightly and attack. If I make contact, I'll cancel into my special move if it's plus or safe, and then I'll use that as a way to get in. The number of times I've caught people with crouch medium, which by far I think is Beelzebub's best button, is quite a lot. And I feel like this strategy on its own is already good enough to make a foundation on how you are going to offend the other player, as for example Beelzebub, safely. Because like I was saying, Chaos Legion is very safe, crouch medium, long range, and on hit it will combo. Well, not exactly at its maximum distance, but just inside max distance you get your knockdown. Let's see if I can get it. And then when you get your knockdown, you can have some form of pressure. And on block, you are safe. This is a great tool to have with punishing and stuffing people's moves. It's invaluable, and I feel like anyone looking to play a strong footsie-based character has to learn this move, and it's definitely can't even really call it an option select, but it's just a safe way to apply pressure without being hit. And I hope that it's some valuable lesson that you can take when you're moving forward in your journey in Granblue Fantasy Versus. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.